So, man, so if you're a PR trained person and your entire job is to make sure you don't say the wrong thing, so you come out there and you confirm Venom as part of the MCU, so somehow you have to walk that back by saying you misspoke? How?
I mean, when I first watched it, my first reaction was, yeah, she's misspoken here. She's still talking about the Sony universe, and she doesn't realise she's leading people on, maybe. But I think that's giving her too much benefit of the doubt.
See, I don't think she misspoke.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
no.
No. Misspoke is like the
100%.
first reaction. Like,
But
no,
she
this seemed very
said
calculated.
it's in the MCU for
Yeah.
power play. That's all.
Yeah.
It's a power.
But
Yeah.
she's just like you said. Someone said on a previous podcast a couple of weeks ago. Like, does she even work for Sony now? Like, this is her big thing.
She's the one who like fired everybody though. So yeah. So I mean, I know she's going back on it and everything. Whether she's all right in the head, I don't know about that.
Well, to announce these movies, you can't be. So
Yeah, so
I mean, so
look, I was looking at comments and stuff like that. There doesn't seem a lot of people to be excited, even when they announced it was in the MCU. I don't know.
We still don't want these movies, even if it is connected. That's the thing.
here's the thing: people might be okay with it if it was Marvel making them. The fact that it's a Sony movie and it's under Tom fucking Rothman. Who the fuck wants a movie about?
I mean,
Venom
the
under
difference
him?
that people aren't fully understanding is Spider-Man: Homecoming is a script by Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, and the guys that brought us all the MCU. Even if Venom was for some reason to be announced as part of the MCU, which they did announce that in Black Cat, they're actually going to be movies made all entirely by Sony. And she even specifically says, I can't believe I had to do a goddamn breakdown of every word she used. She says they're adjuncts to the MCU. So essentially she's comparing them to the Netflix shows. The Netflix shows reference the bigger universe, but the movies never reference the Netflix stuff. So in that way, you can make it work, and I think that's what they're eventually going to end up working. Like, she even says, yeah, Tom Holland's Spider-Man could, end up appearing in these movies. Okay, so are you telling me you're making a spin-off series that involves Tom Holland, that's part of the MCU, that's not part of the MCU? Like, what kind of messaging is that? That makes no fucking sense, right? Like,
It's just confusing, for like needlessly confusing.
yeah.
But at least Tom Holland's come out and said now that it's never going to happen with him and Hardy. So he's not going to be in these movies.
It's so... Honestly, I don't think... Okay, this is probably the strangest one to put it out, but is it possible that no one knows what's happening?
I think Kevin Feige knows what's happening, but I don't think anyone consulted him before she spoke at this conference.
I think Feige knows what they're trying to do. I don't think Sony knows what they're trying to do. It's kind of like we have to be able to show people we can make these movies, but what movies do we make? And we can't make the Spider-Man movie, so let's do whatever.
I mean, let's do whatever. That's all like a plan they're doing.
It's literally what they're doing. It's like, right, let's do Venom. Let's put these two characters that don't even know each other together. Let's do an all-female movie. It's like, why?
It just feels like they're trying.
Well.
It just feels to me like they're trying to look busy, because they don't actually know what they're doing, so they're sort of treading water. So they're just doing everything they can to look like they've got a plan.
They've got a point they want to prove.
Yeah.
And everyone is so against them that I think they're trying to do everything they can to get people on their side. And of course, people don't want to do what they think.
And see, the bad thing is, if Spider-Man Homecoming is a success, and it will be a success, the Sony higher-ups are going to go, well, Spider-Man's back in the green, so we can do whatever we want. But I don't think they're understanding, once again, like, make no mistake, the Spider-Man deal didn't happen because Sony wanted it to happen. It happened because of the outcry of the fans and everybody being so vocal, and they saw the numbers go, okay, they're right. If we produce another Spider-Man movie without Marvel, we're pretty much dead in the water. So they had to make the deal, and I think they're once again, now when Tom Rothman fucking running Sony, and him being like, Wolverine's walls should be white, and then the next day they're blue because he's like, the lighting makes more sense if it's blue. It's like, what? I don't think that guy has a head on his shoulder to understand what Spidey is. And he came from that exact mentality that was for all the years. It's not until he left that the first Marvel Studios and Fox talks started happening. So it's you could
that's the thing, that a lot of the friction with Fox and Marvel used to be. People didn't like Fox didn't hate Marvel and Marvel didn't hate Fox. It was like everyone just hated Tom Rothman. And
he was in the middle of it's my property, I want it, and I know how to run it. So when he walks, they're finding like, oh, we can actually work with the X-Men and exchange some things around. So X-Men now finally have TV series, and it's all because he left. So I'm afraid he's gonna put his foot down and be like, listen, I'm in charge of Sony. What the hell you guys want? And it's like, shit. Like it's.
Yeah, he can't put his foot down because the Disney lawyers.
Hopefully.
That deal was made before he got there. He's powerless.
But when it comes to renegotiations,
thank God he's powerless.
Yeah, for now. But
yeah, three movies time you'll have something to say, but
something's thrown up. But for now, nothing. But yeah, that's our Venom talk.